Hello guys, welcome to my channel Shepix. In this video, you will understand all the basic requirements to expertise in Ajax. Ajax is an important component in your web development career, and using Ajax, you can do many things pretty easily. So without wasting any time, I'm heading over to the introduction part. So first thing I want to say about is XML. XML stands for Extensible Markup Language and is often used for distributing data over the internet. So, in a brief, XML is just nothing. It's the basic requirement of Ajax. Ajax, now, what do you mean by Ajax? Ajax stands for asynchronous JavaScript and XML. Now, you guys will be wondering what does asynchronous means. Asynchronous, I will take the next video related to asynchronous, but for this video, I will just explain all the introduction part which is needed for Ajax. So what is the job for Ajax? Ajax just read data from the web server whenever a web page is loaded. It can update without reloading the page. It can send the data. So Ajax is pretty much important in the web server. So what is an HTTP now? HTTP is nothing but it helps the communication between client and server. Okay, HTTP work as a request response protocol between a client and a server. So the two most major HTTP methods are GET and POST. So the beginners are always confused with what is the difference between GET and POST method. So here you can clearly see that I've told that the GET method is used to request data from the specified sources, and POST method is used for sending data to the specified source. That's the basic difference you have to get. So without wasting my time, I'm going to the next part, which is the coding part. So I have created a local web page and I have given two buttons. You can see here, fetch and secondary. And these two buttons are just imported from the Bootstrap. Okay, so if you're wondering what is a Bootstrap, so if you go and to the Google and you click Bootstrap, okay. So the first thing after clicking getting started, you will see this link. You will just copy it and come to the view screen. You will paste it in the header file component. Sorry, in the header component. And the next part, so you are fetching a button. So button is generally a component. So in the component section, you will find the button. So here it is. So so yeah. So this is the uh, code I have used for the button. I'm using boot. Generally, I can make my own button, but Bootstrap is generally used by every developers. It just doesn't only minimize work, but it's pretty cool CSS style. It uses pretty cool CSS style. So okay, so heading towards the VS Code part. If I open it in a web live server, so so you can see that there is a fetch button and there is a secondary button. So now we have no function here. So how will you know that there is no function? You cannot see anything happening, or if you go to the console part and if you see, if you click here, secondary, there will be nothing in the console part. So heading over to the code to the JS part. So so welcome to Geeks. So in this video, we are going to learn about the various HTTP and XML requests and code requests. So the first thing you will learn about is wait a minute. The first thing you will learn about is extended HTTP request format. The second thing you will learn about is on progress function. It is a function. It is a function for the XML part. So here I written progress. Then you will I will be performing on the state change function. And again, we will be performing another function that is on loading, which is the main part. So without wasting our time, okay. So we will create let it's my name Shiva. And we will grab the fetch button, and the fetch button. Okay, we will make this. I will give a ID Shiv1. Okay, so I've given an ID in the fetch button, which is Shiv1. So we will grab it and we will put element by ID Shiv1. So, so in this button, we will add a event listener. What do you mean by event listener? Event listener just adds a function. Okay, is it a click or a request or anything? So chain dot add event listener. Click on clicking it will perform a function which we can name executor, executor, executor. So executor is the function. Okay. So on the clicking, the executor function will be executed. Okay. So the function. So here we're adding the function executor, defining the function executor. There we go. We have the first thing. Okay. So how can you know that your function is working? The simple you can add console. What do you know? It's working. It's working. So if we head over to the live server, we can see that. Okay. So if we click on this, just refresh it and just click on this. Okay, where is the problem? So the first thing we will do is that we will open it in the live server and we can check. The problem was in the code that I've not linked my JS file in the HTML. That is the down part. So I've here linked script src index.js. So if you go, so the first thing you want to do is let yourself know if this function is working or not. So we will head over to the live server part and click on this button. So it's working. Okay, so it's working. So we will head over to the coding part. So now we will let etc is equal to new HTTP request. So this is the command line, okay, to access the XML HTTP request, and you have to write it. You have to write it. It's a mandatory part. So the first thing you know that the first I mentioned what will be the first function we're going to learn is XHR. First function we are going to learn is the get post. Okay. So we are going to open this command XHR open. First one is get. We are using the get command of HTTP. Second one, you have to mention the address. So I'm giving a studio address, which is okay. And we have to assign a boolean value, okay, to this component. So guys will be wondering why we are assigning a boolean value. Okay, so I'm just explaining. The first part is get. The first component is get. Here you have to write what type of component command you have to use. You have to get request or you have to post request or any other request. So this is the type of command which is get. Okay, so we are getting the request to which address. We have to mention the address in the middle, which is I'm using a pseudo address which I will create later. That is shiva.text, and then I will add a boolean value. Boolean value. What? Why we are adding a boolean value? We have to You have to make the server know that if we are using asynchronous or synchronous. Okay, so we are writing true. So here we are assigning the asynchronous function to be true so that it may perform. So we have used now the commands we have to follow. Okay. So execute the onboarding. First load and progress is equal to function. In this function, we will not console dot so this command is not mandatory. This command is not mandatory, but when you are getting the request to the mentioned address, okay, so you have to become sure that it's going. The request is getting to the address, mentioned address. So the part, the journey between that, in that journey, you will get this message. It's on progress. So it's not mandatory. It's just for your own good that if you like it, you can just believe that your getting request is going to the right way in the right path. So here, second one is the second command is execute dot on ready state change. So the function console log ready state. Dot ready state. Okay, so you are wondering what really is on ready state change. So if we head over to the Google part and if we write here, uh, this okay. So ready state change JavaScript. That's the okay. So ready state. Uh, this is the first one. Okay. So you will get to know what this event handler does. Okay. So the first thing you will that on ready stage. Okay. Okay, this is the right server where you can learn what really ready state means. Okay. So your getting request is on the way. So you need to know the progress. Okay. So on ready state change stores a function to be called automatically each time the ready state property changes. Ready state, the state of your function changes from zero, in which request not initialized, where your request is not initialized. So this is the state. This is the state zero. Then it comes to state one, in which server connection is established. Then it comes to state two, request received, state four, processing request, state four, request finished, and response is ready. Okay, four steps. Okay, and it will be mentioned in your console part. So if we go here and we have written so in the journey, the console will let you know in which state the request is. Okay, so the final command is execute loading loading for the function. And so we have to use a condition. Condition is that if this dot state is equal to 200, then it is okay, or it is not okay. So the or else option part with the value will be 404 error. Like here, if this dot status is 200, it will be okay. Please send that response text. Or if 404 is found in the else statement, then the page is not found. So if you head over to the coding part and if you write here, if the condition is this state, so this dot status will be equal to 3 200 then console dot log this console dot log this dot response text. Okay, so why we are using response text? Because in this address shiva.text here the file type is text, so we are requesting a text, okay, to be in the response. Else part, else part is status 400 console.log. Okay, and we'll make a, so the later part which I mentioned earlier that I have to create a shiva.text file. I will create a shiva.text file. Shiva, how many a 4 dot txt file. Okay, we have created a shiva.txt file. I'm going to start anything like anything because I have to just send this response. I have to get this response. Okay, we are getting the request to this address and we want this. So it is saved. Okay, so here we are. We'll just go and okay guys, so there will be there's one mistake in here. I've written here previously I've written on loading, it will be on load function. Okay, and so we are previously have used Shiva.text, which will be not a good practice for you. So I will be going for a more of practical approach. So I will definitely delete this. And I will definitely delete this. And first thing I will go is that JSON placeholder. And here we go. So this is the JSON placeholder. Okay, and you can see here I've written fake JSON. Okay. So if you click in the JSON placeholder free fake REST API, you will get a fake thing. So if you this is this address. If you run this script, you will get this as the text because you are getting your you want to get the request to this address, you want to response, you want to take the response as in format of text. So this will return in the console part. So if we go in the live server, if we remove this ad, okay. So if I click on fetch, it will say it's working, the register 2, 3, it's on progress, 4, and here is the export. So this is what get request does. So this is all for today, and I hope your basic regarding get request is clear. On the next video, I will be providing about what do you mean by asynchronous, and the most major part is the post request. And I will definitely do a practical approach. So thank you. Have a good day.